What is up, YouTube? I'm back for another review with no gloves this time. You get to see my my beat up mechanic hands. But we're here to talk about what may be a good choice for your first Seiko. They got the Seiko 5 SK, or what do they call them? The 5KX divers right now. That's pretty much their big sellers right now. But this one is overlooked. This is the SNXS79. Now, never mind that 185. You're probably going to be able to find this for less than $140, I'd say. You might get lucky and find them as low as $80, depending on where you look. I got this one for, I think, about 140 bucks delivered. And now that may sound ridiculous to the veteran Seiko buyers, but you know, inflation. But let's take a look at it. It's kind of got a Rolex Datejust look to it, although it does have the day-date complication. So what we're looking at here is we got a fully polished case, 37 millimeters. Not sure what the thickness is, but it is pretty thick. Although when you wear it, that case back does sink into your wrist a little bit, so it's not so noticeable. It's quite a thick case back. It's kind of odd. But it's equipped with the SNXS79, a movement that supposedly has been discontinued, but they have enough of them laying around that they're still selling these watches. You got that sunburst dial, kind of reminiscent of the Datejust rhodium dial. Even the indices, the applied indices, filled with Seiko's excellent lume, those are also pretty reminiscent of the Rolex. The bracelet is probably where they save the most money. It's a folded stainless bracelet. Not the greatest. It has stamp clasp. It doesn't even have pushers. But it's kind of part of the charm of this really affordable Seiko. Got plenty of micro adjustments there, so you should not have a hard time getting this sized for you, although it is pretty challenging. It has, I don't know what you call them, but they're sort of a forked pin system, and they can be a pain to get in and out. You can get a jeweler to do it for you. You can struggle with it yourself, like I did. It's pretty painful to get those things out. Getting them back in is not so bad, but getting them out kind of sucks. So it's got the day-date complication. It's a dual language. This one's set for Spanish right now. I'm trying to learn Spanish, so I got it set for Spanish. The 7S26 it's kind of the ground floor of mechanical movements. Gotta focus on that. Got the magic lever system. No hacking, no hand winding. Although that's not really an issue, because just a couple seconds after you pick this up and start moving around, it'll start ticking. Very efficient winding system. And this particular watch, I don't know if it's representative. I only have a couple 7S26s, but this one's really accurate. After a few days of wearing it, I went ahead and stuck it on the time grapher, looked at it in a couple different positions, or actually 10 to be exact, averaged them out, did a little tweaking. I got it down to about +1 second a day, which is just about perfect. I did not have to adjust the beat error. It was actually pretty spot on. But yeah, this is a really decent first Seiko, and it happens to be a Seiko 5. A lot of people that are into Seikos really appreciate that it has the original Seiko 5 logo, not the new Superman Seiko logo. But yeah, it's a nice watch. The folded links, kind of part of the charm. It's a substantial bracelet. I mean, it's not gonna break on you or anything. One thing that does complicate things is I believe this is a 19 millimeter lug to lug, or lug width, so that might limit your options when it comes to choosing a bracelet. I know there are a few options out there, but keyword few. I actually like keeping it on this kind of oyster-esque bracelet. Just keeping it original. It's very flexible, it's light, it's comfortable. Let's get a quick wrist shot on there. So I have relatively small wrists. On a good day I measure about 6.5. On a cold day I can get down to a 6.25. So this is actually a really good watch for those of us that have slim wrists. But yeah, this is one of my favorite watches. I wear this probably more than any other Seiko 5 now that I got it. I have Seiko, I have the 5KXs, I have a couple of those, and those are pretty beefy watches. They work on a small wrist because of the short lug to lug, but even though this is only 37 millimeters, it works really well for small wrists. The loom, of course, Seiko loom, it's excellent. I can go to bed, wake up in the morning, and still be able to read it in complete darkness. So let's get this on the time grapher. You get a good look at how it's running. Okay, so we got the little Seiko 5 on the time grapher, and it's not making me look like a liar. It's plus 1 second a day, 0.1 millisecond beat error, 21,600 beats. It's looking good. Now it's down to 1, or down to 0 seconds. Well, that's nice. So anyways, it's a good solid little watch. Definitely a good choice for your first Seiko at least. So anyways, if you liked the video, like, share, subscribe, as they say, and have a good one.